first down throw from Mayfield. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And no, incomplete. Boy, they took a shot there on the first play, tried to start it out with a bang, but it's second down.
How about that, taking a deep shot on the first play of the game, obviously wanting to set a tone by pushing the ball downfield, just came up incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10. Throwing again, Mayfield on second and 10. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. From the gun, it's Taylor. Looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Colby Listenby, 75 yards. And the Browns have taken the early lead. The extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And he'll return this one all the way out of the other side of the field.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Roethlisberger hooking up with Brown to get the Steelers a first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. So back-to-back big runs picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And Boswell's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
The Browns heading out on offense, Charles, and everybody knows the story. It's been 10 straight years of losing seasons, 0-16 last year. But it feels like there is some optimism. Is it warranted?
It'll be warranted if they can translate all that optimism, the draft choices, the free agent pickups, the molding of the team into winning a game and then turning it into at least a modest winning streak. They have a great opportunity here in the opener against the Pittsburgh Steelers, their hated rival. That will make everyone feel better, not just the organization, but all the fans that surround them.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone.
Mayfield now on 2nd down. Got a man. It's Pearle2311's. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. A first NFL carry for the rookie from Georgia, Nick Chubb. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Artie Burns, the cornerback, brings him down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Mayfield to throw it. Drops it off for Chubb. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mayfield. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it.
Detroit!
4th down, Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another 1st down. 1st down, Mayfield. Buying time to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. On 2nd down, Johnson. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. 3rd and short yardage. Mayfield, he may try and run for this. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser-focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll take us to the end of the first quarter.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
Here we go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Flushed out right. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A try here for the extra point. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers making their way out. It's sort of an interesting offseason for them. You at times get the sense that there's not always complete harmony. But, boy, when you get everyone together and that offense is humming, there's something to watch.
They almost feel like a team that they actually use that works for them, right? Different guys want the ball, different guys want attention. And then when it's focused on them, they tend to produce. Now, I think on the defensive side of the ball, they got a great rookie season out of T.J. Watt at outside linebacker. But I'm hearing whispers this offseason that Bud Dupree, another outside linebacker, is due for a big season. And if so, they could be back to being known as Blitzburg.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. First carry for James Conner. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Travis Carey there to make the tackle.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Here's Roethlisberger. Going top. He's got a man. Complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. Washington's got it. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Forced out to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Christian Kirksey able to run him down for a loss of a yard. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And he's going to go down again. Larry Ogunjobi in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That sacks on back-to-back plays. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And Boswell's kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This will be taken short. This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you could kind of circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball. And when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
Now he's going to throw deep right side. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Mayfield again. Going back to Lander. This time he's got him complete. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big play that time for Cleveland. 46 yards. Baker Mayfield, obviously the #1 pick overall. That was controversial, though. What ultimately made the Browns go in his way?
Well, post-draft, I did hear a Browns executive talk about the efficacy of Baker Mayfield.
It's the first NFL touchdown pass for the Heisman winner, Baker Mayfield. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
Well, you would think that if you threw 119 touchdown passes in your time in Oklahoma, another one might be routine, but not when it's your first one in the NFL. Welcome to the league, Baker Mayfield. And look out, NFL defenses.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Steelers. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker try.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play. Smith-Schuster on the throw from Big Ben. 55 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Bell. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. But Charles, Le'Veon Bell, 26 going on 27, and the shelf life of these NFL running backs seems to be getting shorter and shorter. How long can he go at this torrid pace?
Usually we say 30 is kind of the line of demarcation for a running back. But Le'Veon Bell played all 16 games in 2017, takes great care of himself off the field. I think he's got a chance to break through that 30-year-old mark, and in a big way.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. And he rifles one incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but there must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for a cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. Steps away to his left. And he fires one, but incomplete. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Here's Khalif Raymond to return. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there of 20 yards. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here.
Detroit! Detroit!
From the gun, Mayfield. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And it's still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder, Artie Burns. And a potential turning point as he'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. On the crossing route, complete. That's Bell. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. The Steeler offense now with the football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here we go. What? 90.
Out of the gun, Dobbs. And he connects with Vance McDonald. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
This has been a really nice day for the defense. They've made it so difficult to find open receivers because they're able to squeeze the passing lanes down. A lot of what they're doing is communicating. Receivers in one area, receivers in another area. They're almost what they call passing them off from one defender to the next, even in zone defenses, and making it very hard to find an open spot for the quarterback to deliver the ball.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Here's Jordan Berry now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is taken at about the 14. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. It's a big play there for the Browns. 49 yards.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
They'll run it with Johnson, working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Second down, Mayfield. And his pass incomplete. Trying to get it to Landry there, and it's 3rd and short. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Underneath for Johnson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Leopard! Leopard! Detroit! Detroit!
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man, in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. The Browns on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 16.
Gone!
Mayfield now. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And this one is right through. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Steelers' offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. On the left side, it's McDonald. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They're going to try and throw. And he finds McDonald. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script. from 4th down to 1st. A reminder, 4 more games set to kick off later this afternoon. Chiefs, Chargers, Seahawks and the Broncos, Redskins and Cardinals, and then the Cowboys against the Panthers. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Flush to his right. And he slings one that's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And it's 3rd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Now it's Roethlisberger. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Here they come, 2nd and 10 now from the 10.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor. Looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment. But there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to lose yardage here. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Myles Garrett in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Play fake. Mayfield. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
A give. This is Chubb. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They go play action here on 1st down. Dancing to his left. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. The first NFL touchdown for Georgia's Nick Chubb. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. This one taken from the center. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Second and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. Being chased out left. Throw left side complete. It's McDonald. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 49 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Here's Johnson. And I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The Steelers' offense now, they head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that doesn't make...
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he'll get only a couple up to the 22. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. A big play that time for Cleveland. 53 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. T.J. Watt able to drop him for a loss of 4.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Mayfield on play action. Rolling to his right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all.
And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out, and it looks like Steeler football. It is.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around. And
He's got it at the 15. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. That false start costly. Moves them back to the 9 now, 1st and goal. Roethlisberger will throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. As his guys are in for 6. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Steelers.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Throwing, Mayfield. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone.
Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard
All right, now,
line.
lucky 56. Lucky 56.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
1st down, Mayfield. Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 23 yards on the play. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Mayfield on 1st down. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together,